The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
What's going on? What's going on? You tuned into the Low Key Podcast, episode 3, Darkness. Definitely trying to get my review of the Batman trailer that came out a good little minute ago. I haven't had a chance to really talk about anything because, like I said, fresh off the heels of just trying out this podcast thing. Like I said, I'm going to be working on some YouTube things. But right now, this is going to be the beginning stages of a couple things I'm working on as far as media go. As far as TV, film, music, just stuff I love to talk about, stuff I love to do reviews on, and just stuff I love to have conversations about. So I said, why not put it in a podcast? You know? But anyway, I did want to give my review of the Batman trailer. I must have watched this trailer at least 50 times. That's not being funny, not being sarcastic. At least 50 times, maybe more. I love this trailer. I love this trailer. I love this trailer. I think it's even putting me in the stages of just saying, yeah, I'm a straight up Batman fan. Probably more than I am a Superman fan, because I used to think I was a Superman fan more than I was any other superhero fan anyway. I know more about Batman and Superman just from the cartoons. I never really was able to read comics, didn't even know where comics was at to read as far as those two characters go, but watching the animated series, I pretty much learned everything. And when I look at the comics and I look at the movies they even coming out, but mostly the cartoons took from the comics a lot, especially X-Men animated series. That took everything I pretty much feel like from the comics, because I like to look up a couple things on YouTube where they do the history of the comic books, where they got certain characters that's coming into the movies that I've been watching or about to watch. Excuse me, taking me a little drink. Throat dry. But anyway, because I don't really have a lot of history on Marvel characters. Besides, X-Men, Incredible Hulk, Wolverine, them mostly the ones. I was mostly on DC. And that's like Batman, Superman, Joker, all those characters, Cyborg, Justice League. I used to watch the old Justice League cartoon, Legion of Doom, all that, So let me get back into the main focus, which is the Batman trailer. Like I said, I love this trailer, man. I love this trailer. And I think this is what I meant when I said that this made me really, really know that I'm a huge Batman fan. The feeling, the chills come across you when looking at this trailer. Because, The Dark Knight is like, we ain't gonna get nothing like that. I'm straight up. I'm feeling like ain't no way we gonna get something like that. And you watching Batman v Superman, that's definitely not Christopher Nolan, which is a good thing. That's a whole different take. I think it had the best fighting you done ever seen from a Batman movie. And that even took me to say, like, man, this is how good those Christopher Nolan Batman movies was, because Batman wasn't really fighting in that. Like Christian Bale, he wasn't moving, the way Batman supposed to fight. Batman is a martial artist. This dude is like, on some Jet Li / Jean-Claude Van Damme type shit. You know what I'm saying? He supposed to be knocking heads off and everything else. And that's what he was doing on Batman v Superman at the end. Like, he was straight up molly-whopping these. You know what I'm saying? Throwing niggas across the table, slamming niggas, rock bottom niggas. You know what I'm saying? Doing all of that. So I'm like, if we would have had that combination in the Christopher Nolan movie, that would have topped it all. But to be honest, I didn't even never notice that, just because that's how good those Christopher Nolan movies was. Especially, of course, The Dark Knight. My man, Heath Ledger as the Joker. Rest in peace to Heath Ledger. Such a good performance. Such a great performance, man. Have you ever watched a movie and you did not want it to end? And that's how I was in that theater watching The Dark Knight. Yes, I did go see the movie. I'm thinking I seen it the night it came out. If I didn't, it definitely was close to it, because the theater was packed. And man, that trailer is definitely something that I remember watching as far as The Dark Knight and seeing that tease where you just hear Heath Ledger talking as the Joker, not even knowing that's him talking until you hear that laugh. But this trailer right here, definitely is something special, man. Just seeing Gordon walk in there and that music, that eerie music. The music, I'm telling you, the thing about a trailer is music can take you a long way. The vibe. Those Justice League trailers that was coming out, you know, the Zack Snyder, well, I can't say Zack Snyder because he didn't really do that Justice League doing a new one, but even those trailers and that music, man, it just threw me off with those movies that was coming out. Even with Batman v Superman, that music choice they were using was kind of better. It was kind of better, but the Justice League trailers was just crazy, man. That's why when you watch Avengers, even though you know Avengers is going to be good because they pretty much got their stuff tacked. And I never really a fan of those. Like, I didn't even watch Avengers when that first came out. I didn't watch none of those movies. I watched the Hulk, you know, the Hulk when they was doing it with Edward Norton. I watched the other one with, I can't forget the dude name, but the first one they did was whack. But I did watch the one with Edward Norton. I watched all X-Men movies. That was pretty much my Marvel. But when they did Avengers and stuff, I didn't really pay no mind to them, man. I just recently, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, started watching those Avenger movies and then getting back into the Marvel fold as far as those movies. Now, I'm trying to keep up with them. I'm still not a fan of the Thors, but like I said, back to the main focus, which is the Batman. That trailer pretty much gave me what I knew I was getting anyway, because Matt Reeves, which is the director of the Planet of the Apes movies, you know what you're getting. I mean, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. What? War for Planet of the Apes, which I'm not a huge fan of, but to me, like, you know what you get with this director, man. And when they said that he's going to be doing the Batman, I'm pretty much like, okay, we're going to get something good. I don't know if it's going to be as good as Christopher Nolan's, but it's going to be good. But looking at that trailer was like, this might be better. It's very much possible, man. It's a lot of potential, and it's a lot they can do with what they're doing with this story, being that it's year one. And I feel like, okay, we have not seen a story for like that for the Batman movie. We've pretty much got like him, like when you watch, I can say the Tim Burton Batman, you got like those beginning stages. I say him being Batman probably like 4 or 5 years into being Batman. That's the Tim Burton movies. And when you get to like Christopher Nolan, you kind of get that beginning stage, but not really, because in Batman Begins, you get him, you know what I'm saying, transitioning into Batman, everything he goes through from learning and stuff like that. But when we get to the Dark Knight, it's like he's there. He's down there. It ain't no year one. It ain't just like right after, you know what I'm saying, he does the Ra's al Ghul dies on the train or whatnot. We don't get to see him like, okay, what he about to do now after he's done all that. It's pretty much just, when you go into the Dark Knight, is everybody knows him. You know, you like when the dude is talking to the dude at the car, like, yeah, I don't like this nighttime stuff. Superstitious and all this, you know what I'm saying? They pretty much done implanted that Batman's been around for a while now into the Dark Knight. So I feel like with this new one they got coming out, we didn't get to see him at those stages. He's pretty much vulnerable. Like, he's early on. Like, the way he punched old dude out in the trailer, this new trailer, like, you showing that he's going to be ruthless. There's going to be a dude that pretty much is not going to care at first. Like, I don't think he's going to kill you, but it's pretty much going to be like some ICU type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be iffy. But to see that, I guess, is going to be straight. And to see, I guess he's pretty much saying you're going to see the growth of villains. You know what I'm saying? Seeing Penguin, Catwoman. I guess you can't really put Catwoman, the villain, anti-hero, okay? But seeing Penguin, and it's a lot of people are talking about with the dude he punches and that group of dudes looking like they got some type of paint on their face. Is that some type of Joker thing they referencing? It's going to be a new Joker. Like, and I got some things I want to talk about with the Joker movie too. The one with Joaquin Phoenix in it. But I'm going to do that on later episodes. Maybe the next episode, maybe even later on down the line. But I got some things I want to talk about with that too. And it involves Batman too. But as far as this new trailer and this new Batman they got coming out, man, I'm just ready for it to get done, and let's get it. Let's get it, man. I'm telling you. I'm not a huge fan of the Wonder Woman. I know that's coming out on HBO Max, and I can't even really say that, yeah, I'm ready to watch that. I'm not really a huge fan of that. I thought that first movie was pretty straight. I really did like that ending. I feel like that was a good tight ending, the way they did everything with her. But I really am excited to try to see what they do with this Batman. I really am excited. And I hear they doing a lot of things. I'm gonna check the Justice League out they got coming out. They added Jared Leto's Joker. That's another thing I'm gonna get into and talk about. But as far as this new Batman trailer, it looks good. It looks good. I hope it's good. I hope it's great, because Dark Knight is a great movie. It's gonna be real hard, man. It's gonna be hard to get people's mind off that movie. And if you could accomplish that, to get people to say, okay, Dark Knight is a good movie, but this right here, this new Batman, yo, you doing something. And I think that's what you need to try to accomplish. I mean, nobody's going to be able to touch that Dark Knight. It's going to be forever a classic. It's going to be right there. But if you could put your own staple on the Batman and do something we haven't seen before and give us something we haven't seen before, I think that'd be real cool, man, because a lot of people are referencing this Batman trailer to Seven, the movie Seven, with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt and Kevin Spacey, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really want to mention him because he got some stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, they are referencing that. And if you haven't seen Seven, you should check that out. Very, very good movie. Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. Yeah, it's got a crazy ending. Very crazy ending. Seven. And once you watch that movie and you come back and look at this and look at the Batman trailer, the new Batman trailer, you'll be like, oh, I see what they're saying now. But yeah, this trailer does excite me. It excites me a lot. And I can't wait for 2022. I think that's when it's coming out. 2022. Hopefully, this virus going on, there's a lot of things being held back. But when it comes to this Batman trailer, getting the new Gordon, seeing all this come to play, I think it's going to be very exciting. Just looking at the trailer, like I said, I'm going to probably go watch it again in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how good this trailer is. And I think it's real exciting to see a black Gordon. I'm going to just come out and say it. To see a black Jim Gordon, you know what I'm saying? And if they are doing what I think they doing, we could end up with a black Batwoman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're already getting that in the series, but I'm talking about in this movie because, I ain't gonna do all that. I ain't gonna do all that because a lot of people ain't read the comic books. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even really read the comic books, but I pretty much know my Batman history. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to sound savvy or nothing, but I know my Bat history. But yeah, straight up. If you haven't seen this new Batman trailer and maybe you're not a fan of comic books, I think you should check it out, man, because a lot of these movies, man, especially even the Avengers, like I said, I didn't really watch Avengers at first, man. I wasn't really entwined to what was going on with the Avengers. I didn't know too much about the Avengers, that's being honest. So when I watched it, though, the movie was good. You know what I'm saying? Iron Man, like, I watched a couple old Iron Man cartoons back in the day, but when they showed that movie, Robert Downey Jr.'s performance, like, that was good. It turned me on to watching the Avengers and the other movies, you know what I'm saying? I ain't pretty much like Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3, but if you're not a comic book fan, I'm telling you, some of these movies are just being a good movie, period, that gets you into wanting to watch the other ones. And then like, yo, this is good. Like, just the acting and the drama, you know what I'm saying? This is pretty much good. But yeah, this Batman trailer, it definitely got me hyped. Definitely got me hyped. So shout out to all my movie heads out there. Shout out to everybody that's doing their reactions, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can get something started soon so I can join y'all world and I can be a part of the community. Give a shout out. This is the Low Key Podcast, episode 3, Darkness. Holla at your boy.